Hello, guys. Good morning. This is a deep dive number 2 here in Kopangan from Thailand. Today's topic is a more actual topic. What do you think is happening right now in the world? What do you think is happening in your life right now? I can say that since I remember my life from my childhood until now, I never experienced in the world really peace. I never experienced also around me only peaceful people. So the question is, if we have religion for thousands of years, we have philosophies for thousands of years that's related to love, related to God. Imagine it's thousands of years. We are speaking about love, we are speaking about peace, we are speaking about freedom. And you need to understand something. It's very, very important. Time, in the way that we experience, we humans or this body have a very short term lifespan, very, very short term, comparing with the universe, comparing with this earth. So your life in this world is like a blinking of an eye. Is you born, you die, you born, you die, you born, you die. Like this, super quickly. It doesn't feel like that because for you, 80 years, 70 years, 20 years, 30 years, it feels like a lot. And it feels like a line. You start in some point and you finish in another point. And this is how we perceive reality. We perceive reality in a certain way. Insects perceive reality in a different way. Imagine a day fly, a fly that lives just one day. Imagine how this life will be for this fly. So time is perceived in different ways. So, and it's influence what we are doing in our life a lot because most of the time, or we are thinking we have not enough time when we are doing a lot, or you are thinking time doesn't really flow when you don't know what to do and don't know or you don't enjoy what you are doing. So if we perceive that violence and we perceive that peace is not really here in this earth, it's not really here with us, have to do with the world or have to do with you? There is a lot of concepts and ideas about that, about how we perceive life and if we perceive life real or we perceive life not really real. We perceive life the way we think life is, the way we think life's supposed to be. And perception is not real. Perception is something that is created in our brain, in our mind, and have to do with other complex processes. So if I see this life like that, I see this life very complex, very, very, very complex. Nothing is really the way I think it is. And if I deep dive, I will find more and more and more, and I can expand more and more and more and more. And the question is, when is enough? When I can just enjoy my life. It doesn't matter what was before. It doesn't matter how much suffering is happening around me. How much I experience that life is complicated, is difficult, is painful, is sad. What to do when your perception of your life is more negative than positive for a long period of time? I'm experienced in two parts of my life I experienced a lot of complication, a lot of suffering and pain. One is the financial situation, and one is my relationship to women. And one of the reasons why I don't really change something is because I enjoy. I enjoy to play in this life with all the concepts, to explore, to have experiences. So sometimes, like in these past 3 years, my focus was mainly on other things in life, not on these problems that I have. And sometimes when I reflect on my situation, sometimes a tile in me that comes from society will tell me that I am a very not responsible person, irresponsible person, not taking care of my responsibilities in terms of society, work, money, contribution to the society in a financial way and in a work way, not contributing to my community. And sometimes I see that exactly what I am doing, having this kind of complicated relationship with a woman, having a complicated relationship with the money, is part of my karma, is part of something that I need to accept. And I need to work on that. It doesn't matter how much I avoid to work on that. I am not working on my dharma. I am just doing certain things, having a good life. So the question is that I ask myself in a very, very young age, we have 2,000 years of, or 3,000 years of talking about love, peace, and everything. And nothing really changed in this world. So I ask myself really, really clear, Julio, why you need to achieve something that people in the last past 10,000 years, 20,000 years, only few people achieved, which is self-realization or enlightenment or whatever. Why you should do that? And I felt in some point in my life when I decided to be a spiritual seeker that there is something beyond responsibility, beyond this life, that is more important. I feel is more important. I cannot explain. And this call, this voice brought me from Paraguay to Germany, to traveling around the world, to staying in Thailand for almost 10 years. And following my soul, my Dharma, in the way that I am capable to do, on my own tempo, with my mistakes, with my struggles. And I decided that I will do this in a way that I am enjoying this journey, enjoying this life. With all difficulties, it doesn't matter if in my relationship to a woman, I try not to avoid difficulties, responsibilities. I try to learn from my mistakes. And if in 2,000 years, all the religions, all the philosophies could not really bring peace to this world, why I feel that I need to contribute to this trying? So I decided not to do that. I don't try to make this world better. I don't try to help people. I don't try to heal people. And helping is happening. Healing is happening. It doesn't matter how much I avoid to work with the problematics that I have. Life will always give me the opportunities. It doesn't matter what I am doing to work on that. And this is something that I didn't understood very clear before. I didn't understood that I can have any kind of life and still practicing and working on dissolving karma karma that I create, karma that I created before in my past lives. And finally, follow the Dharma so that I can realize who I really am. I do have experiences and knowledge about who I think or who I experience I was in these situations. Give me a glimpse that my path have a certain results that not everyone is seeking. And the result is to come back to the source, to realize that you are literally the creator of this universe. You are manifesting and creating, first of all, with your thoughts. And that's one of the main reasons that I see, this is the way I see why we have such a difficulty to really create utopia in this world. As long there are more than one person thinking that this world is also about suffering, is also about pain, is also about struggling, then this will happen. And I'm not sure if really we should transcend this in this world, if this world should be a non-dual world. This is something I'm exploring right now in Advaita Vedanta and Buddhism, because in these philosophies are the only teachings that I found talking about dissolving the ego and coming back to the source, to God. Buddha called it Nirvana, and Advaita Vedanta call it Brahman. Both supposed to be the state of dissolving yourself into God, coming back to the source, becoming part of the source. And this is what I'm following. So I don't care if in the next 2000 years this world will be really a non-dual place. I don't care, because I know that if I work on myself, this will be possible for me and for everyone that is on this path. And that's why I promote the path of yoga. I promote a non-dual path, because there are people there feeling and having a huge desire to come back home. Most of those people don't understand it's a soul calling. Most of the people have problems by awakening and struggling with understanding that their problems and their suffering is self-made. It's difficult to accept that we are creating the suffering in this world. It's not Satan, it's not others entities. And if there are some, it's all a part of your mind and our minds. Everything is created first in the mind with thoughts. It's the first stage of manifesting something real, materialistic in this world. The idea comes first, the feeling comes. And then you follow these ideas and feelings and you do something. And that's why I don't blame any human. I don't see evil in this world. I don't see Satan manipulating people. It's our thoughts creating Satan. It's our mind creating evil. It's us putting energy into manifesting duality, because we are not able to not react. If we stop reacting, then we will stop the first part of this dual manifestation, dual creation in ourselves first, so that you can see the changes around you. And this is something that I have faith on. This place becomes really heaven on earth, not a non-dual place. And it becomes really a place in which you can experience magic. And I'm telling you this because of my own experience. I had an amazing, incredible life with all the highs and all the lows, with all my positive contribution and all my negative contribution. Yes, I hurt people. I still hurt people with my behaviors. Most of them unconsciously, and there's not an excuse say that it's unconsciously. And it's a fact, it's a reaction. It's me unconsciously behaving in the way that is for me not obvious. And that's why if you don't communicate with me and don't share with me how you perceive me, I will not be able to really see myself. And that's why it's so important that we are honest with each other. Doesn't matter if you follow NVC or radical authenticity or radical communication. Doesn't matter if you speak your truth in a raw and harsh way, or you learn kind of communication skills to articulate in a more nice way. It's important that we call each other, that we speak with each other truth, uncomfortable truth. It's important. And it's important that we don't take everything just personally and as a critique, and start to really see inside what people are talking about. What is this what people talk about? I born in Paraguay. In my environment was a very loud environment. We were very loud and passionate and energized. Most of my family or around me, fire people, intense. So when I came to Germany, I didn't understood why people say to me that I am too loud or intense, and I thought always it was only their problems. They were not be able to handle my energy and my expression, and I was very selfish on the beginning. Until I I experienced many people telling me that, and then I observe myself. So why I am like that? In Paraguay it was normal and I was loved being like that. Why here have people in Germany have people difficulty to love me in that way? And I understood for myself that the energy and the way of communicating and is different. I was now no more around so many fire people expressing our truth and our emotions in the fire, passionate way. Now I was surrendered with other elements that I was not aware about it. There were more grounded people, earth people, more earth people. And when I started to learn about it, I understood, okay, I can actually understand why it's so intense and so loud for other people. The fire is very strong. I can work with my fire. I don't need to express in this energetically way all the time. And it's consumed also a lot of my energy, but there's another topic because I have a lot of energy. So 2000 years we try to make this world better. My conclusion is it's not about that. It's about this and this. If I'm not capable to handle this, I will not be capable to handle this. And I will never be connected to everything. So connected to everything, especially with for those spiritual people here in Kopangan, doesn't mean that you choose only the good. Doesn't mean that you go only to positive energetical places. Doesn't mean that you avoid negativity. It doesn't mean that you embrace duality. That you understand the duality is part of polarity. And polarity is the real one. Duality is just the fake one. the illusion. Polarity is the law. It's real. It exists, polarity. And it's not separation. Polarity doesn't mean that hate is something totally different than love. It's just the same frequency expressed in different range of movements. One gets up, one gets low. Frequency change, energy change, same environment. With everything that polarizes is the same thing. In polarity, duality is the same thing, it's the same coin. Just two different sides. And this is the path that I am talking about and sharing. Now also I started to create music, pop music, different kind of style music, sharing Vedanta knowledge, Vedic knowledge, non-dual knowledge, Buddhism knowledge. Because how we can create a beautiful heaven on earth if we are not capable to handle dualities and polarities? If we keep trying avoiding certain places because it's a negative place, if we keep avoiding people because they are negative people. And there's something dangerous what I'm talking about, because what I'm sharing is a knife with two sides, with two sharp sides. The one side is avoiding, which is very important for a spiritual path. When you are on your spiritual path, then you should avoid everything that makes this practice and this learning difficult or complicated. And the goal is to embrace, to be strong enough, clear enough to see that everything is really one. The polarities is just extreme sides from the same thing. The duality is our misunderstanding from polarity. And then things can shift in your life. Things will not shift in the world, but you will see the world different. You will experience the world different. You will be attracted to specific places, specific people. It's not you choosing it with your egoistic mind because you want to be in a good space and you want to be around lovely people. Egoistically, to receive, not to exchange. Because you are a needing person. Or you are a whole person, you are complete, you don't need anything. So you can go everywhere, you can be everywhere. And you are complete, you are whole. There's nothing there, either positive, not negative, that can influence you or make you react. This is my goal with my spiritual practices. My goal is that I can be in any environment and dealing with this environment. And I know that I'm not ready now, that I'm not in this level now to fully, completely accept everything. I did a test for myself, teaching dancing a few months ago. And in these spaces were many people, very sick people, ill people, mentally ill people, people that are coming from the war. And I could see how the hands shaked. They were normal. They were behaving happy and normal. And the fact is that when I touched the hands of one woman or one man, I could feel the anxiety in their body, the trauma in their body. And before, I will not pay attention to that. Now I feel it. They are sharing with me all this trauma, all this energy, all this fear, all these insecurities. pretending to be secure, pretending to be nice, pretending, trying to avoid all the shit that they experience in their life, traumas. And this is what we do all the time. We numb ourselves to not feel the pain, so we don't know when we are sharing this, and we don't know when we are receiving that. So when I was teaching again in this environment, I could understand that I cannot not tell these people what they are doing with me. It was not possible not to tell a woman that she is really squeezing my hands too much. It was not possible to speak with a man, telling the man that he's not really taking care of his partner. And maybe also doing something that is harmful. It's not possible in this environment anymore. It's not possible. People are too sensitive, too egocentric, too spiritual. And it's one of the reasons why I stopped teaching, because people go to this kind of superficial, fun stuff, where you're supposed to be there for having fun. And they go there with all these traumas and insecurities, and they expect to be entertained. So in normal class, normal students are no more what before it was naturally. It was naturally you have respect from your teacher and you learn, you come to listen to your teacher. In this environment, it's not more there. You go there to take what you want to take, and you don't really care about the teacher or what you are receiving. And this is trauma. And let's make people feel really bad. And I didn't understand this before. So now I take more care about this, in which environment I am. And I take care that I try not to avoid. It's difficult for me also. And when I am in this environment, I practice. And I practice first breathing. I practice first observing, not reacting, not judging. I practice. I'm not very good in that sometimes. I practice. So people, don't be so hard with yourself. 80 years, 70 years, 50 years is nothing comparing with the age of this earth. Nothing. And it doesn't matter if you believe in reincarnation or not, you have only this life. This is the only thing you have here right now. Make the best for you without harming anyone, without harming yourself. This is what I teach when I teach spiritual concepts and ideas. Is to learn how to live a life aligned with the love and the peace and the freedom we want to see in the world. You need to be yourself authentically in the way you want to see this world. It's not possible to expect from the world to become what you need. It's not possible. And we practice this, first of all, observing our thoughts, how we create our life with our thoughts. What this is very important. I will finish this conversation by sharing your ideas and concepts around this life, this world, this universe. Where you come from, what you are, what is this universe? Those questions are the main questions that shape your life. If you don't have clarity on one system, it's very difficult to stabilize your mind, your body, and to align with your spirit. Especially when you take philosophies from the East, from the West, and you mix and you It's a mess. So you want clarity? Start by having foundations. You want to have clarity around your physical body? Create foundations for your physical body to be strong, healthy. I am 45 years old, almost. The main thing I hear from people all the time, how strong, flexible, and young not only I look if I cut all the things, but also how I move and behave. So the first step that I suggest you is to clarify and to find your own life philosophy that is clear to you, not complicated. This philosophy had practical exercises clear to you, not from different sources, from the same source, clear exercises so that you can embody what you intellectually accepted as a concept for your life. Your life will not change just by thinking about beautiful ideas and beautiful concepts. Your life changed by you doing something practically that is aligned with your thoughts and is aligned with your speech. Your action is the measurement, and the results of your actions is literally the truth about your life. When people say, this is my truth or this is your truth, I don't care. I can see it in your life. I can see it how you speak. I can see how you behave. It doesn't matter. You cannot hide if we meet. And I don't want to hide. So let's meet consciously, openly, truthful, knowing ourselves clear, having clear, honest relationship with ourselves and with this universe. I wish you a very beautiful day. Thank you so much. And I hope the sound is not so bad for you. Sorry for that. This is common in Kopangan now, everywhere. This place was one of the most quiet places a few weeks ago.